Greetings, everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel. All that is, I'm so pleased to welcome Melissa Brace back to the show. And this is our usual Thursday evening show at 5:55 p.m. PST. We have a great show lined up for you today. But before we begin, let's give Melissa a really warm welcome back to the channel. Welcome, Melissa.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm really excited to be here today as well, feeling the bubbles of love around us.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting show. As you just said, let's talk about love, right? So, yeah, we are going to talk about love and all of its many aspects. And, as many of you know, Melissa is tuning in from Sedona. I'm coming to you live from Adelaide in Australia. So, we are from the opposite ends of the world, but we still come together in that frequency of love, if you will. And so, yeah, we're going to be talking about all of these exciting potentials and what that means for our plane of existence and what it means for us on an individual as well as a soul level. And so, once we are finished with our conversation, so to speak, Melissa will take live questions from the audience from the chat. So please, folks, be as specific as you can be so that Melissa can give you those live psychic readings and tune into your energy accurately. So yeah, I'll announce that again as we go through the show. But today we are going to be talking about divine unions, and so we're going to be exploring that potential of the shifting consciousness within our reality and what that divine feminine and divine masculine energy means. What is a soulmate? What is a twin flame? And what does that multidimensional counterpart mean to us? We're going to be talking about how that energy anchors within the physical. And also, we're going to, I think, touch on how that energy interacts or embodies, let's say, within our energy field as we connect to our guides, to our higher selves, to our cosmic counterparts. And so, in a way, we are clearing those distortions as well, and those imbalances between the divine feminine and the divine masculine partnerships and how that energy anchors within our body. So we'll get into all of that as we go through this show. So I hope you're excited as I am because this is very close to my heart and I will explain further as we get into this. But Melissa, as an introduction, speak your heart and let us know what you feel about today's topic, and then we'll dig in deeper.
I was excited today about sacred union, divine connection, and the topic today because I get asked that a lot in everyday readings and healings and work. And I think it's the main true theme of why we're here is to love each other
Yeah.
and recognize ourselves, remember ourselves, and recognize each other as we journey through our lives and hopefully come closer and closer to that sacred union in ourselves all the time, in every choice and every breath and every moment. And I always say everybody's involved in your sacred union. Like this life journey is come back home in ourselves, that divine masculine and that divine feminine in our connection with source.
Yeah.
And in that, to connect with others of our of our oversoul, of our tribes and our soulmates and our family, friends, and loved ones as well, in those frequencies and states of being of love. Am I making sense?
Absolutely. No, I love it. I love it. And, I always go back to that frequency chart, if you will, that shows us the different layers within which the emotion resides, right? And so you have all of those lower energies like fear, like pride, like anger, all of that anchor within the lower dimensional energies. Whereas love is like right up there, right up in the higher realms, And so it does matter. It does mean a lot to be connected to that frequency, to be in that higher state of existence, in that higher state of being. And so the more you can anchor into that field of existence, into that reality, the more peaceful you are in your heart. And always remember that the creator came from that energy of love, was birthed from that energy of love, from that energy of sharing with another. And that was the birthing, if you will, of that energy, right? The co-creative energy of the creator. And so it is why we are here. It is that energy of sharing that the creator wanted to share that love with us, that it was experiencing. It wanted to share that greatness that it was experiencing, that beauty that it was experiencing with another. And that's why it created, the humans to experience that energy through the human that it created. And so we are all anchoring that spark of the creator, that spark of love within us, so that we may experience whatever it is we see, we hear, we feel, and that translates into that higher love, if you will, of that creator energy within our hearts. And so for me, that has been my experience as well, and we all go through love in different aspects of the word, whether it's love for family, whether it's love for a child, whether it's love for a partner, whatever aspect we are experiencing love, there is that spark, that essence of love, and how we experience it within our body, within our mind, within our emotional state. And so, but in a way, we are always searching for that higher love. I call it higher love, And even me, when I went through my relationships, that I've gone through many broken relationships as well, and I've seen my mom and dad break up, their relationship break up, and so I've gone through that shattering of love as we know it as children. We think that the parents' love is the greatest love of all, but then when things go wrong, we suffer that trauma. We go through that trauma for ourselves, and then we try to see things for what they really are. And sometimes we carry that trauma within ourselves, and that happened to me too. You look for those people in a way that are flawed. You're trying to replicate perhaps your mom or your dad and say this is the way it's supposed to be, but it's not. And so through mistakes, you understand this energy a little better. And so through my failed marriages, through my failed relationships, I was always on a quest, and saying, show me this higher love, show me this higher love, show me this higher love. And boy, did I get it. I get to experience it every day now. And for me, and I'll talk about this in a little while, but when we talk about sacred partnerships and things like that, but I'm just trying to get us into that element of what that creator love is and how it translates, if you will, into our lives. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, I couldn't have said that better. That was beautiful. And I agree. The very funny thing that you just said is that I have said that, and I play that song, Higher Love,
I love, yeah.
over and over when
Yeah.
I'm asking. I'm like, God, okay, I'm really not quite there right now. Can you help me out a little? And it's like I've said the same exact thing over many years. And also, anyone that knows me knows I have chosen some really hard, broken, difficult, loving experiences or non-loving experiences to learn from. Um, and always inside of my heart, it's that I could feel it was for the sacred union and cleansing and clearing the lower parts of myself and recognizing that higher love
Yes.
in everything around me, and that my activity, my life, my experience, even my mundane moments,
Yeah.
um, and in the eyes and hearts of other people as well. Because I think we're going to notice that some of those blocks are being pushed away that we've been working on, of separation, and we're starting to really recognize that true love in other people. We have pulls toward our
Yeah.
friends, family, loved ones, our soulmates, our twin flames.
Yeah.
Really, really beautifully these days with that higher love in the
Hmm.
state of being.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Thank you for saying that. But having said that, we also have to look at the dark side as well, and what is being presented to us as true love or as that divine partnership. And we have to be careful with that. We have to be discerning in our hearts and how we embrace those energies, how we embrace those relationships. Do they ring true to our soul path? Do they ring true to what it is we're trying to achieve here or trying to experience here? Because, and I hate to be like a stuck record going back to this divine, not sorry divine, but the Draco invasion, right? But that is our reality, and they have structured our society in a way that is incorrect, is inverted, and so they have brought that lower vibrational energy which they have presented as love, but it's more of a carnal love, let's say. It's more, how do I say this? The perspective of that love is from a very inverted sacred, a sexual energy, if you will. Do you know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
their focus on love is from the sacral chakra, is from that root chakra, and they're more focused on 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 physical or carnal satisfaction, right? And so in a way
Power.
that is twisted, right? It is twisted. It's not connected to the sacredness of what love truly means. And so in a way it's degraded. It's not that pure essence of love as the creator would want us to experience in this flesh, in this blood. And so we have to be careful. We have to be discerning about the kind of relationships that we get into that are focused on that kind of carnal love, if you will, that sexual love, if you will, right? And so that is, I think that is important when we embrace those energies. And so, yeah, does that make sense? Because I find that it manifests in so many areas of our society, like the porn industry, in prostitution, in the gaming industry. They're trying to get kids at a very young age to think in certain ways, and how love should be and how relationships should be. And unfortunately, the masculine has taken a hit on many of these levels because of that. They have diminished the masculine energy to such an extent that you hardly ever see that true masculine energy of protection, um, of bravery, of courage, or of supporting the women, the woman,
Friendship.
of friendship. Yeah, yeah. So all of those in a way have been diminished because of this hidden agenda. They found that they cannot, in a way, stand in front of the true masculine energy, and so they found a way to twist it and to diminish that energy within within our society. And to me that's very sad, because the feminine energy in a way has taken on some of those masculine qualities to bring about balance. And so there is an imbalance in the feminine as well, because women are now in a way taking on those dual roles of masculine and feminine, and trying to hold the family up, be single moms, or and there are single dads as well. And so it's a total imbalance on both sides. But I just wanted to shine a light on that and say that there is a darkness, there is an underside to this true love, this essence of true creator love that we're trying to find.
I agree. I was kind of noticing over the last couple of weeks extra, not on purpose, but especially here in the Americas, um, how, I don't know, maybe disconnected from even that true love understanding, or again, like friendship, equality, like reciprocity, and really knowing each other kind of vibe is going on. And people are throw each other away really easily and get married, numerous times. And I'm not knocking that. I'm not, anyone's experience is their own way.
Yeah.
And certainly we don't fit with everybody sometimes when we thought we
Yeah,
did.
no, absolutely. That's absolutely
Um,
right.
However, it's just hard to see and hard to know that children um, watch many learn in these ways, and maybe in it from a state of fear, like, uh-oh, who's my new next
Yeah.
stepmother or stepfather or who's the next, and so it just gets so entangled and into that lower energy, and it's a lot of judgment and things mixed in with those where there's supposed to be a clear connection of true love and balance and the sacred union.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you. Well, I just want to acknowledge everybody in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We have a few people that have already started to interact and chat with each other and ask us questions. So just hold back on your questions for a few more minutes, folks. We will get to them. And as I said, Melissa will answer live questions from the chat where you can ask your psychic medium questions to her, and she will help you with those questions. I wanted to give a shout out to Scott Barbosa 2439. That is my nephew. He's in the chat today. And I just wanted to say to everybody, if you folks don't know, I know Melissa knows this, but Scott has been helping me to develop my thumbnails that have been, the face of the last few shows here on YouTube. So he is 12 and a half years old. So he's a little starseed. And he has totally embraced all of the things that I tell him about our reality and where it is we are going. Sometimes he says, that's too much. He calls me Raki, right? So my family calls me Raki. He says, that's too much, Raki. That's too much for me to understand. So I laugh, and but I'm planting the seeds, right? And so I just wanted to acknowledge Scott and thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you have done and all that you have shared and developed and brought forth in your vision of what our shows have been. And so thank you, thank you, thank you.
I agree. Thank you, Scott. Amazing. Thank you.
Scott, if you're still there, we are saying thank you to you. We have Melissa Projected Angel. Oh, he sent me a big smiley face and says interesting. We have Diane Lyons. Good morning. It's 2 a.m. here in Scotland. I can't sleep. Lovely to join you, beautiful ladies. Melissa says, excuse me for asking this, but I'd like to know what's impacting my life. I don't know if it's kind of an evil spirit, but today my brother touched me inappropriately. It was abuse. Do you want to respond to that, or we'll come back to it in a few minutes?
Yeah, I will. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for being here, Melissa. I feel like there's a lot of attack going on energy as we shift. We're all shifting, no matter where we live, no matter what we've been through. We're all it's almost like a big multi-dimensional shifting going on. And so I'm not negating what you said. That's very serious and very important. And we'll just ask for you and for all of us that that source, your higher self and your guides, clear away things, any blocks, any cords, any ties to that kind of lower energy abuses or trauma and suffering as we talk, if that's okay with everybody, anyone that wants it.
Absolutely.
And I think all of us are removing inversions and soul contracts of inverted sorts that include things like abuse or pain or trauma. And so I think what I'm picking up is that you've got big angels. Not only are you an angel, and a lot of us are really working on our protection and staying in our own lanes as we cleanse and clear. And where I'm seeing you have big help and protection. And this be the last bit of some things that are possibly imbalanced for you, painful, and a breaking of some of those, what we could call strongholds or energies that have been inverted and entangled or binded us to a certain kind of experience that would not let us come up into our true love in many aspects. So that's what I'm seeing for you. I'm sorry things are happening that are very hard. We hold up great love for you today. And I'm seeing you break on through to the other side,
Mhm.
and you have a really cool purpose. And part of your purpose is huge love and knowing and wisdom that we haven't been able to really interact with in the last, I don't know, hundreds or thousands of years very well as human beings. And I think you get to bring that to us and share. And so thank you for being you, um, and knowing the truth, having really good discernment and balance as well. I'm seeing big protection for you and a breaking free of some. It's almost like a structure of energy, like a structures, layers, and they are not yours in the first place. They were not yours, and um, I'm seeing breaths, waves of your accumulated good, your accumulated love over time come back to you in beautiful ways in the upcoming days, weeks, months. Raquel, do you have anything that will help?
Yeah, absolutely. I saw like thorns in a way, into poking into her energy field. And so right now they're coming up for healing. And so it's like we're pulling those thorns out so that the energy flows. And you saw that too, right? The energy
Yeah.
needs to flow freely. And so these thorns are, in a way, blocking that energy from flowing freely. And so with your intention, with your speaking, with your power, you are telling this energy that it's no longer needed, that it no longer serves. So, Melissa, if you wish to, even in this moment, just tune into your heart center and connect with that energy of the creator, connect with that energy of your higher self, and just, claim your sovereignty, claim your space, claim your soul connection, and say, this is not mine. Please remove yourself. Please remove yourself. Please remove yourself from my energy. And just feel that golden white energy just moving around you, surrounding you in that protective bubble, and just clearing all of this energy that is a low vibrational energy of fear, of being scared. Just removing, clearing, and just allowing that bright, beautiful light of the creator to encircle your body, encircle your energy field, and keep you in that protected bubble, and not allow these things to happen anymore to your energy. So hopefully that helps you.
Yeah.
Just breathe into
That is
that. Breathe into
beautiful.
that. Yeah.
Beautiful. And I do feel it lifting sometimes, like you said earlier, Raquel. Actually, often, especially if we're on our waves of awakening in our own right, we have to deal with the heaviest of heaviest stuff and almost like look it in the eye and say no more. And so I'm seeing on all times, time and space, all past, present, and future, all realities, this particular heaviness, which I don't think has just one particular verbal definition,
Mm-hmm.
removed from Miss Melissa. And I'm really proud of you, your strength, your willingness um, to walk in love today and always. I think this is really big and powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's why Melissa found us today, to find that connection, find that true essence of love. And so nothing can stand in its way, Melissa. So just tune into that energy in your heart, and it will empower you, it will ground you, it will free you from these energies that are harming you. And so if you need more support, reach out to Melissa and myself, for a clearing session, or to remove any of those energies on a deeper level. I would encourage you to do that. Let's see if we have any more questions. Scott says, you're welcome. Diane Lyon says, so sorry to hear this, Melissa. Love and blessings to you. Yes, much love and blessings to you. Diane says, has my mom got a message for me, please? Diane Lyons.
Hi, Diane.
She is from Scotland.
You've got two ladies that have messages for you, so I assume it would be I don't know who the other one is, but your mom. Was your mom really smart? Like well-read? Because she feels like she's got a way of carrying herself, and she says that it's all right. She says you feel her, but not enough. And she wants you to know she'll bring you unmistakable signs that she is safe and free. And so are you. And she loves your new project, something new step, new direction, new insight, new creation that you're working on. And almost like holds her hand out, her heart. Talk about soul family, soul tribe, soulmate love. And she says she's sorry how hard it's been. Pardon me. And yet there's huge love and healing for you both. So I think you're both processing some things, you're going through some things together. And she says she'll whisper in your ear at night so that you can hear it, and feel her and know it's her. And you will walk together. And she says all is well. All is well. She says hello to the others as well. Is there anything specific you want to know? And the other woman loves you too, so they just want to bring you that different aspects or different branches or different pieces or just love that sometimes we didn't know was there.
Oh, Melissa, we are having problems with
Feeling
your
anything,
connection.
Raquel?
You're breaking up. But it's good now. I think it came back. It was breaking up for a bit, but you're good now. Yeah, the first thing I
We
got
had a
for
big,
Diane. Oh, sorry.
yeah, sorry about that, you guys. If anything broke up, all of
It's
the
okay.
electricity
We
just went
got
out.
most of it. It just went crackling for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the first thing I got from Diane was her name, Lions. And I'll talk about
Yeah.
that in a second. But I also got that very strong mother-daughter connection. And so that in itself is another form of love, right? That we talk about. And so it's a very pure, it's a very sacred connection that a mother has to a child. And this in itself is that creator love. And so the creator blessed women to be those energies that hold the secrets of the universe in their womb. And so that is what birthing a child means. It's bringing forth that secret, if you will, of the creator into new life, into new birthing, and passing it on to the daughters. And so that bond is unmistakably sacred. So you have that connection, Diane, with your mother. So allow for that love to flourish, even though she has moved on. You still have that connection with her, and you will always have that connection with her. So find strength in that, find beauty in that, find that love connection with her, and revisit all of the things that you shared with her while you were in the physical. That will enhance and strengthen your connection with her now that she has moved on. So I think she's very much with you. She's very much alive in that connection with you. So um, I know you must miss that physical contact with her, but know that, as you continue to focus on your heart, you will be able to receive those impressions, those connections, those messages from her. So tune into that heart center and you will receive that connection, that direct connection with her. So, lions, in my life, lions means it is time for transition, transformation. And I mentioned that to you, Melissa, how unique that we should have someone with the name Lions in our chat box today, right? So, that again is another confirmation for me. So, when I'm experiencing great shifts in my life, I dream about lions. And so, this is another confirmation for me that things are shifting in my life. I will be moving back to Vancouver soon. And so that shift is coming for me. And so thank you for that confirmation, Diane Lyons.
Oh, thank you so much, Diane. Your mom leans over and brings you some flowers that are beautiful, and you will feel it. There's like a things are cleared between you, like clear, and you it's almost like the universe. The soul song is what I call it, when our hearts hear each other and connect with each other. So your soul song with mom, you'll be able to feel it in the next days and weeks. And she says, I always knew you were a special daughter, and I always knew you were of God. And she says, I didn't always say it fully, but I always knew. And so you'll feel that uplift energy with mom and maybe your grandmother or whoever else is here that loves you very much as well. Thank you so much, Diane Lyons.
Did you guys share a special song, Diane, you and your mom? I'm getting that you guys shared something musical. So bring that forward, activate that once again. Thank you, Scott.
That's always a powerful thing.
Yeah, music, right? Yeah, it breaks through so many. Scott says goodbye, good luck. And Melissa says, and the worst part is, if I tell anyone in my family, no one will believe me as always. Yeah, family dynamics are always hard, Melissa. So take that in your stride, you know. And like we've talked about earlier as well, stay in your lane, stay in your sovereignty, you know. It doesn't matter whether they oppose your views or don't believe in what it is that you are experiencing. You are here to experience your soul's path in a very unique way. And so, whatever feels called to you to experience, you've got to do that. It doesn't matter. You know, just stay in the fullness of your heart.
There are a lot of people that believe you in spirit that know. So they will be helping your protection as well. And that's something that's coming up in a big layer form where we mistakenly underestimate we behave in ways that people are lesser or should, like be quiet, and what they have experienced, we have no compassion for it. And so I always say, and when that happens around us, we got to have a little smooch and compassion for ourselves. And please know that the creator, God's source creator, the divine universe, hears and knows you and knows your truth. It might not be awesome, perfect right now, but you will have freedom from this.
Yeah. Yeah. And just find things that uplift you rather than delving into those lower energies, you know? Like we talked about earlier, stay in that frequency of love. I know it's hard, so, you know, go for a walk, meditate, listen to music, think about happy things that have happened in your life. That will instantly get you out of that funkiness of that lower vibration and vibrational energy and break out of that, you know? So that's a few ways in which you can higher your vibrational frequency. All right, let's get back to our topic. Anything else coming up, Melissa, for the divine masculine and divine feminine?
A little bit. It just feels like it's almost like a congratulations, even though this is hard, and some of us are right in the thick of it. So it's not really funny or easy right now, but it feels like a huge amount of freedom coming in, and the energy, what we could call energy attacks. Sorry, my electricity just came back on.
Okay.
And all kinds of stuff just started making noise. Yeah, like, oh, okay, we're back online. And that goes with the theme of that's true love, that source energy, and the light streaming into us where we can step forward, and pieces of us come back together in wholeness. And I think a lot of us, including Melissa, including Diane, including us, we will see in this lifetime an alignment in places that we had previously not experienced in this sacred union within ourselves and our surroundings, our circumstances.
Mhm.
And I think we could have some choices coming up that we can, that will clearly show the divine masculine and feminine sacred union within our just everyday experiences. There's some choices coming up where we'll go, whoa, that's better than it used to be.
Yeah.
All right.
I stumbled
And
on something last night when I was just flipping through this book that I wrote with Yeshua, The Voice of an Angel. It's inverted right now, but you'll find a link in the description as well, and it's on my website. But if you would allow me, Melissa, I just wanted to read something from there. And as you know, Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, in a way, are, for me anyway, that impression of the perfect alignment of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, because that relationship to me is timeless. They are still in that divine dance, if you will, and are still impacting our reality with their wisdom and with their purity in that balanced divine feminine and divine masculine energies. And so this book that I've written with Yeshua is about his life, as a light worker from when his soul came into being. And it takes us through his entire experience here on life and beyond, when he aligns back into his energy of a light being once again, and his ascension process, right? From the physical into being a light being again. But he also talks at length about his relationship with Mary Magdalene here on the earth and beyond. And so this little excerpt that I'm going to read to you now is after his ascension, and when his guides, if you will, and her guides come together to bring them into this marriage, if you will, of spirit in the afterlife, in that light energy frequency, which I thought was really beautiful. So I want to share that with you. Let's see. So it's like a ceremony that is created within these light fields, right? And so hopefully the introduction that I gave you will paint that picture for you. So it says the time finally arrived for our ceremony, as this is what it is, a ceremony when two light beings fuse their energy for a soul star to be birthed. We went through a ritual of purification that involved many steps and meditations. Each step cleared any residual energies that I, or perhaps Mary, might have carried with us from previous births, soul expressions, or experiences into the lower realms. During this time, any emotional energy or traces of trauma are finally relieved from the light body as the light body emerges in its pure form. A bubble of pure energy was prepared by the higher dimensional beings for this ceremony to take place. We were then led towards the bubble of pure energy from opposite directions. We then entered this bubble, which is like a curtain of bright light. It is of elevated light, and so for me, there was a definite shift in my energy as I moved through this curtain of light. Upon entering this field, my vision was filled with the most beautiful sights of light and colors. Imagine images I had never experienced before. I was led to a sort of elevated seat as my light body glided into this position. As I looked around me, still getting my bearings of this place, I felt a shift in the energies again around me. As I looked ahead, I could see a light approaching me. I felt like I was in a trance. During my training, I was warned that I would experience this, and so I kept my energy focused for what was to come. I went into a deep meditative state and embraced this shift in my energy field while I focused my vision on this approaching light. I began to see this light take form. It emerged as energies of sparkling stars and gentle white light emerging from this being. They were a mixture of beautiful hues of pink, lilac, and white. The image began to take form of a woman. As she approached, I searched and absorbed all of the energies my vision was falling upon. My gaze then moved up her form as it began to reveal itself into the most beautiful woman. Her dark hair was flowing behind her. Her face was breathtakingly beautiful. It was unmistakably my beloved Mary. This image before me was so much more exotic than her earthly form. It sparkled and flowed with colors around her. Her green eyes shot through my heart. They sparkled like large emeralds from within her beautiful face. She smiled ever so subtly as she looked deeply within my eyes. If I had a breath, I would have held it. If I had a physical form, I'm sure I would have taken my I'm sure it would have taken my breath away. However, I could feel my entire being shake as it responded to this being's energy. I was immediately attracted to her and felt my being's energy be drawn to her like a magnet.
Oh, beautiful. Wow.
I thought that was poignant, wasn't it?
Yes, I think that is what it's like to recognize your true um, other half, as we may call it, the twin flame, the soulmate, the divine counterpart.
Yeah, there are
Uh-huh.
many names for it, right? But in this case, it's the merging of the souls, right? And so it's that true divine masculine and feminine energies coming together, but having recognized themselves for living within the physical as well, but merging on a higher dimensional level. So I thought that was really beautiful. So yes, folks, if you'd like to know more about the story, go and grab my book on the website. It's a beautiful read, so I would encourage you to do that.
Awesome. Yes, absolutely. Um, yeah, I think that is really what it's like. And we, to be able to, like Yeshua and Mary, I like to call her the Magdalene, um, got to come together and walk through some life experiences, many life experiences together. And I do think some of us, some of the people out there do know their true highest um, divine counterpart, their highest level. I hope I'm saying that pretty well. That was just amazing and huge, and
Yeah.
the
Well,
merge.
I'm going to say briefly a little bit about my own personal experience, and how that energy, in a way, came into my reality and my understanding, if you will, of my soul half. I like to call it my whole soul half. So there was a soul split, if you will, many, many thousands of years ago. And this I've talked about it on my channel. So if you want to delve deeper into my story, you can find it on my channel here on YouTube. But to give it to you in a nutshell, my soul half, or my divine other half, if you will, is residing within the sixth dimension at this point in time, at this present moment. And we were brought together a few years ago through Yeshua and Mary Magdalene and my guides. And so this energy is, in a way, become the voice in my head, if you will, my guiding star, my heart, my everyday protection, if you will, my support system. And so um, I feel this energy always around me, protecting me, guiding me, helping me in whatever it is I do. And so, even though it's not in the physical that I'm getting to experience this, I'm aware of this being on so many levels. And, we have shared stories, and we did know each other in the physical as a relation, if you will. This being was incarnated as my relation, but we were not close. And so it was, my connection was, in a way, that introduction was made with through Yeshua as that physical contact, or that reference point, if you will, from that incarnation in the physical. And so it developed from there. And even Yeshua was kind of surprised at the connection that we had, so it was an exploration for me, for Yeshua and this other being, to figure out our soul's path together. And so the reason why I bring this up is because we all have to discover these relationships, these truths for ourselves, and how our soul um, is, in a way, aligned with that higher energy, whether your counterpart is in this reality or whether it is in another reality. It's for you to figure that out and to find out how you can align with that energy. And so, in a way, I don't know what lies ahead for me, but I feel content. I feel completely happy with my life right now. I don't need another partner. I don't need a counterpart to support me in this life anymore, because I have found that higher love, I have received that connection, if you will, that satisfies my every need, my every want. And for me, it's more of a spiritual connection. It is more of an an enlightened connection, if you will, because to me, it's like my joy is in that energy field of gaining knowledge, of gaining that awareness, that expansion of my soul, if you will. And so this is perhaps the soul connection that I have with this being, and that exploration that we're doing together. And so all of the things that I do, my website, my blog, my everything, there is that connectedness that I have with these energies, whether it's my guide, whether it's my soul half, or my soul spark, or whether it's Yeshua and Mary Magdalene. Like, they all come together and help me with all of these things. And so in a way, that is for me that higher love, in whatever form it shows up. So I'm so grateful to be able to experience that and share these stories with you, because it is through these experiences that we align, that we come together, and we form these communities, and we see each other as these interdimensional beings, right? So I think that is where we are going, where we are um, you know focusing on, where we are hoping to get in that new world experience,
I
where this will
agree.
be normal, where this will be normal.
Yeah, I agree. And it will be easier to kind of navigate through physical relationship things and the higher dimensional things, because we were so cut off for so many tens of thousands of, probably millions of years, to some of these pieces. And I also have a memory. I have a memory of when we agreed to go, hey, this is going to be a little bit tough as we're going to go to this earth plane, which I have numerous times thought, why would I do that? That sounds so stupid. Because it's so hard. And yet the connection, and like you said, the use the magnetism and the when you're reading in the book, and I I just want to invite people to ask God, source, creator, to show them and bring that magnetism, whether it's in person, like a physical person, and not expect a physical person to be as they, like a perfection that they expect, you know, um, but to feel that magnetism, and when they know they're on the right track, and feel that magnetism of true love as well. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I
what
totally
a
agree with
journey.
that. I totally agree with that, because think about it, society has guided us to focus on a lifestyle, if you will, that is geared towards wealth, acquiring that education, acquiring that partner, attracting that partner that is based on education, based on wealth, material wealth. And so
Looks.
the union, yeah, looks. And so those unions are in a way destabilized from the get-go. There's no spirituality involved, there's no heart connection, if you will. In a way, it's a weak heart connection. Yes, you do fall in love and you feel that initially, but to me, it's grounded on things that are more in the material world. And so the union becomes objectified, and so it loses its connection, if you will, pretty quickly, because all it takes is for one partner to perhaps lose their job or lose their wealth, and then you become useless in that relationship, right? And so to me, that's not the way it's meant to be, right? And so we have to dig deeper, we have to find those uh, sparks of the creator, that spirituality that resides within our heart, and make those connections from the heart, and not with any other sort of objectified ideas of wealth or riches or whatever it is in the material
Or
world.
what you can gain from the other
Yeah,
person,
yeah, yeah.
or the looks,
I totally believe
because we
that.
all have our days. Um, I agree. And I think that that's where I do think that it's almost like moving through those heavy filters or those layers that were inverted that stopped us from really recognizing and being able to see it in ourselves as well, the love in ourselves and love ourselves. A whole lot of programming and stuff is being pulled out of our sacred union at this time.
Yeah.
It's huge.
And it's revealing itself to us, right? And so we, in a way, if we are so distorted, we don't necessarily recognize it for what it is, right? Because we feel that that is the way, like, who are you to tell me this, so it's so ingrained in us that we think that that is normal, that that is the way it's supposed to be. And so, like I said, we have to look at ourselves, look deeply into your heart. Is this the way we are meant to be? Is it in integrity? Is it respectful? Is it is it speaking to your divine masculine? Is it speaking to your divine feminine? Is it speaking to your soul's purpose? Again, and Yeshua explained this to me really well as well. There is a percentage of the divine masculine and divine feminine energy within our being. Sometimes it could be our own plan, our own pre-incarnational plan, that we chose to perhaps choose a higher percentage of divine feminine to be in our body or in our DNA than the divine masculine, or the other way around. And so we experience that in different areas of our life. When you need to do divine masculine things, like build something, create something that is needing for you to be strong, that is needing for you to be powerful, then your divine masculine steps forward and takes on that role. And when you need to be nurturing, when you need to be caring, when you need to be creative in a different way, then the divine feminine steps forward. And so within yourself, there is this dance of the divine feminine and divine masculine stepping forth whenever it is needed. But you need to stay in balance with what your pre-incarnational plan was. Even if it was, like, say, perhaps a 60-40 balance, to you, that is a perfect balance. For your soul's path, that is a perfect balance. You don't need to overcompensate for the divine masculine or diminish the feminine side of you to bring it into a 50-50 balance. You know what I mean? Like, that's a perfect balance for you. So in your heart, you need to figure out what it is that you are presenting, what it is that you need to be here in this reality. What is the percentage of your divine feminine energy? What is the percentage of your divine masculine energy? And work with that in balance, in truth, in integrity, in that soul purpose, so that you have a fruitful and balanced life in whatever it is you do. And it will come through as confidence, as peace, as love, as abundance. And the masculine energy will come forth as that protective energy, as that open-heartedness, filled with integrity, filled with responsibility, filled with drive, and filled with the ability to support that feminine side of the creativity, of the nurturing, of the caring. So look for those signs. You will find it in yourself.
Also beautiful. Yes. And that's my heart wish every day for everybody, actually. And doing many, many, many readings, thousands, working with thousands of people, often being asked about true love, soulmates, twin flames, things like that. I could never choose. I mean, it's sometimes when I read the energy, I'm like, whoa, there you go. Like, good job. Like, you're like, oh, look how far you come. This is wondrous. And I can see the match with people sometimes. But no one else could. I would like to say this because I think there's a lot of hurt going on. People being married to someone else, or leaving, or ups and downs over the last decade and multi-dimensional years. But the truth is, your true source creator, you are perfect. You're not too much. You're not too little, too much. And I mean, we all have pieces of our lives and personalities to work on, and experience activity that to work on. And it can't be stolen. It's in the beginning and the end. Everything will be restored. And that means our recognition of that Christos, that true union in us. So I don't know. I just really, that's my wish every day, for people to see it in each other and themselves. And as we continue to, I don't know, save our world. That's what I think we're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah, I just want to say one more thing. You know, we each have the free will choice, right? And so whether we want to experience relationships, you know, one or multiple, it's totally up to us to experience that. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like, relationships are experienced this way on the Pleiades, you know, in Arcturian realities as well. And so I think the important thing to do is to go in and out of these relationships with integrity, with respect, you know. Yes, you went into the relationship, it was good, it was fantastic, but exit it with grace, with respect, and say, you know, it's come to an end now. I need to go my way, you need to go your way, and end it in an amicable way. You know, you don't have to fight about it, you don't have to destroy each other over it, you know, or get the kids involved or something like that, you know. It's just come to an end, you know, let's just move on. And I think that's what's wrong with many of our many things in our society. We carry that baggage, we carry that trauma into the next relationship, and we expect things to be different when they will not, because you're just repeating that pattern. You know, you're not respecting yourself, you're not standing in integrity with yourself and respecting your soul's journey. And so my blessing to everybody is to just look at yourself and look at your past relationships and try to remove yourself from everything that has happened, and just tune into your own soul's path, and try to understand, or try to find out what it is that I want to experience, whether you're in a relationship or not. Is this the right relationship for me? Is this the path that my soul wishes to experience? And so you will get guidance, you know, if that is the right person for you. And so I think that's really, really important for your own soul, for your own path, to find that integrity within your own being first, before moving into another relationship to share your life with another person. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. I think that was really important to say, actually. um, Makes a lot of sense. And to remember also, like, again, no one can choose it for you. No one can define you or another person. You could be perfect on your path. And also, like you said, to do our best to release and let go of things that did not work, or if someone didn't love you back, or if it just wasn't a, you know, forever experience. So because
Yeah,
and
I
I
think
do
it's important, because you got to understand, like, you don't know this perhaps at this point. It could have been your pre-incarnational plan to experience a bad relationship. You know what I mean? To go through a bad relationship, to feel what that feels like. And then, you know, learn from it, learn from that, and what it is that you take away from it. So embrace all of it, but know in your heart that you are sacred, that you are standing in that very solemn, you know, space of integrity, of respect. So look at it from that perspective. I think things will just fall into place after that.
I agree. And I do think that some of the most beautiful divine beings came in to experience and unplug the hardest, the toughest of painful experiences, not to carry it forever, not to be traumatized forever, but to say, hey, let me go down to that root core wound of humanity and unplug some of those pieces, so that we are no longer on the track and trek to the most painful, most unpleasant, yucky, icky relationship experiences over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
This is not our
Yeah.
karma. Our karma is to love and be loved.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Well, Melissa, it looks like my family decided to show up today. My mom is here from India.
Hi,
She's in
Michelle's
the chat as
mom.
well. Oh, that's so great. She says, I'm listening to congrats. Great. Love you, Mama. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Let's go back to Melissa. She says, my mother is also deceased. And since he was my stepfather, I came to live with him. Um, and she says, he's the son of a man who doesn't like my deceased father. I came to live with him because I had nowhere else to go. I'm just backtracking now. And the worst part is if I tell anyone, oh, that we did already, no one will believe me. Yeah, so I think we've we've talked at length about this connection, Melissa. So just stay in your light, stay in your heart, and all of those distortions will fall away. It will fall away. You were meant to be in that family for a reason by choice. And so I think it's important for you to experience that. But if it gets, too dangerous for you, of course, you have to step away and you have to find that safe place for you to live a life that is meant for you to live.
Even if it's scary, I think many people are experiencing some facet of that where it's like, why am I not safe yet? Why am I not being heard? Why am I not loved to hear what happened? And I promise God, the creator, is right with you, that
Yeah.
you will know.
Yeah. And Bobby says, great message. Thank you. Melody Davis 14 is with us. I enjoy listening to your live chats. Reincarnation has always been something I believe in, and I'm hearing your words has sparked my interest in it to learn more about this. Thank you, Melody. Yes, 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 absolutely. Yeah, we all have to, in a way, dip our toes into this interdimensional world, if you will. So, knowing about reincarnation, I think, is very, very important because our soul lives on. For me, at a very early age, I grew up in India, and Hinduism, the religion, always taught reincarnation, even though I didn't necessarily follow that religion. But I always thought reincarnation was something that resonated with me. And so I kept that alive in my heart. And then later on, when I fully stepped into my awakening, that was something that was a given. It was like, yes, 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 I have experienced this many, many times before, and so yeah, yeah, it's very real. I know I have lived many thousands of lives here on the earth, so explore that for yourself. Absolutely.
Thank you, Melody. I agree. Um, as all of you know, I do past life regressions quite a bit and spiritual hypnosis. So over the years, I've learned so much through other people and my own experiences. And that's something that we can ask about, the reincarnation. And sometimes, you know, who was there? Do I recognize anyone in that experience? Is it similar? Are there theme pieces similar to a past life and along the way, and why?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we ask, like, is my soulmate, twin flame, someone? Is it he or she going to be in this experience? Are they my person? Are they my child? And so that is fascinating and amazing because our souls, our spirits, our truth, our hearts truly know.
Yeah.
And so, Melody, you might want to try something like that sometime and ask, like, "Hey, why did I do it that way?" Or, um, um, and I think it just pulls us all together and makes us who we are.
Yeah.
Our physical earth lives,
Mm-hmm.
and pulls it all together and shows our true higher self. in many ways, and the processes and the what we came here for in our sacred unions as well. So it's just awesome.
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely. You speak the truth, my dear. It resonates so well in my heart too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Likewise.
I think we don't have any more questions, Melissa. Was there anything you wanted to say in closing? Did you want to do like a prayer, or should we go into a meditation together? It's totally up to you how you want to sign off.
Yeah. Can we do like a prayer meditation for all of us? And
Yeah, of course.
one of my favorite things to say are two, I've got two phrases for so many years. I say, love is in the air, you know, and that love is real. And it's a reminder to me. I'm not trying to force anybody to believe anything or anything like that, but I just want to throw that out there. Love is in the air
Hmm.
with every breath we take.
Yeah.
And pardon me, and love is real. And even when we are at our lowest and can't remember, love is real, and it's possible that we might be walking through one of the tough spaces and crevices of shadow to
Mhm.
get to standing up in that true love.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to ask the divine universe to hold us and smooch us and immerse us in that true, our own true divine sacred union within, and sweeping away gently and gracefully all of the blocks and the pains and the sufferings and the wounds, and shutting those down in our past lives, our times and spaces, all times and spaces, and generational lines. And I say thank you for the divine universe, for God, source creator, for showing us this day and taking our hand and nudging us forward in that magnetic true love,
Mhm.
and helping us recognize and to be able to share and almost exist here on earth in our physical world, our everyday life, in this sacred union and connection with source.
I love it. Thank you so much. I'm seeing flowers, 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 flowers. We are all beautiful flowers in the light of the Creator. And so embrace your unique petals, your unique um, flower, if you will, your essence, the essence of your flower. For it is unique, not one of us are alike. And so embrace that, embrace that. And I'm also getting the impression that um, as this weekend is Mother's Day, share that love with your mom, give her that beautiful energy of your flower. And so thank you to my mom for being here today, and for birthing me, for giving me that energy to be me, to bring my gift into this world, to bring my flower into fruition. So I have so much gratitude in my life, in my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Melissa, for your beautiful energy, for being here.
Likewise, and thank you to all who came.
Yes, thank you
Melissa,
everybody in the
Diane,
chat.
Melody, Mom, Scott. Thank you all so much for walking with us. This is amazing.
Yes,
I'm very
yes, yes.
grateful.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. We will see you next week. So tune in on Thursday. We will be here as always, 5:55 p.m. for PST. Thank you, Melissa. I will see you soon.